Hey everybody, happy Friday. Um, Welcome to the crazy Midwest weather where you never know if it's going to be hot or cold. It was like super pleasant and fall last week, and now it is boiling hot this week. I'm done. I'm ready for fall. How about you? Are you ready for fall? Okay. Today on the shit nobody tells you about pain, we are talking about one of my favorite Disney movies, Pete's Dragon. Not the newer Pete's Dragon with the AI generated stuff or the computer generated stuff. I'm talking about the old animated, like 1974, 1960 something Pete's Dragon uh, with the animated Elliot, who I love. But I love the music in this movie. I love the themes of this movie. There is so much about this movie to love. If you have not seen it, or have not seen it recently, I strongly suggest you do. It was what my blog post was about this week. And the two main themes that I pulled out of the movie that I think also apply to those of us living in chronic pain are these. There is a character named Doc Terminus, and he comes to Passamaquoddy, the town where Pete and Elliot is the dragon, Pete is the little boy, where they have come and been found by Nora and her father Lampy. And oh, he's fantastic. He is literally a seller of snake oil. He knows the lotions and potions that he's selling are fake, and he does it with a smile on his face and uses his sidekick to like fake testimonials. And it's funny because it's a cartoon and it's a Disney movie and it's entertaining. But then I start thinking about it in relation to pain and treatment for chronic pain. And then it gets a little less funny. It gets a little less funny because we know things now, right? Like, so I want to preface, if you have the money, if you have the hope, and if it gives you relief, go ahead and keep doing it. If you are bleeding out financially, please stop. If you are not better yet, you've had 6, 8, 10, 12 sessions or decades and you're not better yet, please stop. It's not going to work. If it hasn't worked yet and your pain has not changed because of it, it's not going to work to fix you like you want to be fixed. That's my air quotes. For example, I was talking with my guy recently, and without getting into his job, he was telling me a story of one of his clients that wanted continuing funds for prolotherapy. And he asked me about it, knowing I would know the medical side. And I said, well, how long has she been doing it? And she is in her late 80s and has back pain. And so they've been prolotherapying the area around the pain. And he said, well, she's been doing it for 20 years. And I said, somebody needs to tell her prolotherapy is not going to fix it if you've been doing it regularly for 20 years. But the doctor who's providing the prolotherapy keeps telling her it's going to get better. That is snake oil sales. Now, I'm not saying prolotherapy doesn't help people. I am saying that that doctor continuing to give her prolotherapy after 20 years of it, that's snake oil territory. Chiropractic care can be the same way. If we need to see somebody a couple times and the things that they do help, terrific. If you are seeing a chiropractor regularly for maintenance or prevention, that's snake oil, my friends. That's snake oil. Okay. So anybody that wants you to see them over and 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 over again, with no projected end date, no plan, to get you off of physical therapy, chiropractic, massage therapy, acupuncture, acupressure, reflexology, if there is no plan to discontinue your care or to make it a maintenance, like on every once in a while, hey, when you have a flare up, come on in or give me a call, that is a person that is maybe not intentionally selling you snake oil, but it is, because everything done in the name of helping somebody in chronic pain should be to help you manage on your own. And that's why I feel coaching is so important, is because my goal is not to make you clients of mine for life. Like, you're welcome to hang out in the Facebook group as long as you need and get as much free support as you need from myself and others. But if you become a client of mine or you take my 6-month class, my hope is that you never need my services again. Maybe you make a consult with me a couple times a year, or when something crazy that we hadn't covered pops up and you just need a little bit of like a sanity check. Great. But the whole purpose of that 6-month class is that you do not need to spend money on anything ever again, because you have figured out how to manage it. And I will tell you, the people that have been through moving beyond pain have already told me they've saved themselves tens of thousands of dollars on the other end of the class. So something to think about. But snake oil is any provider that is telling you with your chronic pain. Remember, I am talking to those of you in chronic pain. This is not acute pain talk. This is chronic pain talk. But anybody that's telling you you have to do something for years and years on end to get rid of your pain, like, no. I want you to think of Doc Terminus. I get his name wrong all the time, but I want you to think of the snake oil guy in Pete's Dragon, because it's ridiculous. These people should not be doing this. Well, Amy, how am I supposed to know what to do then? I'm so glad you asked. If you know how to use Google Scholar and are fairly decent at reading research papers, I would say pick your treatment of choice and use Google Scholar and go directly to the source. Now, you're going to want to look for comprehensive studies. You're not going to want to look at like the little ones, because those often, well, frankly, they suck. They're written poorly, they're executed poorly, and therefore the information is not all that great. But if you look at the studies that have looked at all the studies, you probably got yourself a pretty good indicator of what that is. You can also use regular old Google and type in evidence for usefulness of cupping, evidence for usefulness of acupressure, acupuncture, Reiki, whatever, right? You can search efficacy. You can search efficacy, evidence-based, reviews. You can just review what people are saying about it. Now, I want to remind you, everything works for some people. There's no treatment that works for no one, as far as I know. But we're dealing with your nervous system, right? So when our pain becomes chronic, it's not so much about the specific tissue that hurts, as it is your nervous system as a whole, and how that and beliefs and behaviors and things that you do and the amount of sleep you're getting and what you're eating and all of those things, right? Because chronic pain is not one singular thing. It is a large variety of things that we need to begin to manage so that our pain lessens, okay? And the tissue is one small portion of it, and everybody has that part covered. Everybody has the tissue part covered, right? It's all the other stuff we don't have covered. So I am a fan of cupping for myself, gliding cupping. So when they like move it along your skin, I like the way that feels. It's a novel sensation. It's like, I don't get a lot of that. I like that. I recognize cupping does none of the things that they teach you in a cupping class, right? Like, it's not about drawing out toxins. It's not about that. You don't have to leave bruises. It doesn't have to hurt, right? but I like it because it feels different and it is a different sensation than the pain that I am experiencing. So my nervous system likes that. Yours may not. The example that I always use is everybody tells people to get in the water, get in the water, get in the water. It'll help your pain. It'll help your pain, right? My guy hates water and is terrified. So if you told him to soak in a bathtub to calm his nerves or to reduce his pain, he would end up like a cat on a hot tin roof. Me, I like lose myself and I feel fantastic and like a mermaid, and it's fantastic and it lowers my pain. It raises his because he doesn't like water. He never learned how to swim. It's all bad, right? It's all bad. So that is the same treatment, the same suggestion with two different nervous system responses: massage, acupressure, acupuncture, Reiki, cupping, Graston, various types of exercise. These are all the same. Your nervous system may not be the same as mine. And so you may like something and it may help you relax. It may help you feel safe. It may help you feel confident in movement. And it does the exact opposite for somebody else. That is okay. Just remember it. Remember that these treatments are not targeting tissue. They're targeting the ability to chill out so that we can move, so that we can relax, so that we can feel safe. So that is what I want you to pursue. Okay? That's what I want you to pursue. And then if somebody's telling you, oh, I'm gonna fix you in whatever, this thing is magic and da 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 da, just run in the opposite direction. Don't waste your money, please. Just save your money. Put it in your pocket. Save your money. We're in an economy that's absolutely insane here in 2024. Price of everything is way too freaking expensive. Don't waste more money on snake oil. Okay, we're leaving that topic and we're going to the other part of the movie that I think is absolutely fantastic. Nora is a lighthouse keeper with her dad, and they are the ones that come across Pete, and she kind of like pseudo adopts him. And the family that has actually adopted him is just awful. The Gokins. There is a song that is about their owning of Pete, and they say, we've got a bill of sale right here that says he belongs to us. These people are technically legally his family. Nora and her dad, those are the people that behave like family. And family, community, love has an incredible impact on our ability to feel safe and therefore our pain. So maybe your family is not great and they're not the most understanding, and maybe they're not as awful as the Gokins. And again, you should go watch the movie to see just how horrible those characters are written, because whoo, are they bad. And then maybe your family is like them and they're just swamp rats, right? They're just not good and they upset you constantly and they make you feel really unsafe. Then find your family. Find the people that make you feel safe. Find the people that make you feel loved. We're not all blessed with fantastic families, and that's the way it is sometimes. Now, what to do about that is a completely different video. But for this week, let's understand that when we are in a loving community, family, friends, internet, right? I have a very loving community of internet friends that support me through very hard times. The support and the validation and being heard, being understood cannot be underestimated in our plight to rid ourselves of chronic pain and or to live better lives alongside this pain where it is not constantly taking us out. It is unpopular that I keep saying this over and over, and I get it. But when we have love and support, validation, we are going to worry less. We are going to be able to live more. We are going to get more help. We are going to feel safer asking for help. We are going to feel safer talking about what it is that we actually think and feel and all that, right? Because of pain, we often lose purpose. We lose the sense of ourselves. That is what my memoir, Restoring Venus, is all about. It is all about my loss of self and how I found myself again. And through the finding of myself, my pain dissipated over time. The more that I was able to participate in a life that I created that I loved, the less my pain stopped me and eventually disappeared altogether. It was not the tissue treatments. It was not the snake oil that eventually helped me. It was finding a supportive community, being believed, lowering my worry, and finding my purpose again. I wish that I could convince you that this is true, but it is. This is how you will live a bigger, better life that you want with chronic pain, is when you figure those things out. Coaching can help you do that faster, but if you apply yourself, you can figure it out. You can figure out how to surround yourself with people that love you. You can figure out how to stop, you can figure out how to stop focusing on the pain and start focusing on the good stuff. You can figure out things that make you feel good and things that don't. You can figure out things that make you feel safe and things that don't. But you have to have a loving family, whether that is people that you have adopted, people that have adopted you, your actual family, your friends that are family. I don't care who it is. I just know that you need it. And if you don't have it, please go into the comments, click on the Facebook link, and join my Facebook group, because we are a family, a community of caring, loving people, and we want to love on you. We want you to get what you want, to get what you need, so that you can live the life that you want. That's my thoughts for today. I'll see you next Friday, and I hope that you'll have watched Pete's Dragon between now and then leave a comment what your favorite part of the movie is, and maybe some thoughts you have on the things that we talked about today, be it snake oil or the necessity of having love, support, and understanding from a community that we are tight with. All right. Thanks so much for listening, and I will see you all next week.